What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and today we are reacting to before and after fighting Canelo Alvarez. This video is a little old, little outdated in terms of when I'm recording this. Canelo actually just fought last night against William Skull, which was a very, very underwhelming performance, to be honest with you. But you still can't overlook Canelo Alvarez, his past fights and his past achievements that he has had.
It was a painful experience, you know. I still say to this day, I'm still on 2 paracetamol a day.
Fight fans,
Canelo
welcome back.
Always a dangerous fighter.
With Yildirim and Saunders on the horizon, can the boxing world satisfy the pound-for-pound king's hunger for competition and provide Canelo the opposition he craves? He's calm and calculated, though if you can emotionally engage the superstar, there's always a chance.
In my opinion, the 160
Here we take a look at opponents before and after fighting Canelo Alvarez.
Even when he fought Triple G,
to a motivated presentation.
That was the best version of Canelo.
It was a fight I went into full of confidence. You know, I was flying at the time. I was European welterweight champion.
I think when he started going up in weight,
really well.
10 years ago, much like his older brother Ricky, Matthew Hatton's no-nonsense approach landed him an opportunity against an exciting young Mexican prospect.
Most of the fight fans are going to say you're going to need quite a bit of magic.
I think this Ricky had brother,
you know,
right?
people make me the underdog in this fight. I love being the underdog. I love proving people wrong, and I'm sure I can do that. I'm 100% confident, and I've been proving people wrong my whole career, and I don't think Saturday night's going to be any different. I think people are in for a big shock.
It's always good to have that confidence.
Already maturing into a stellar talent, Canelo was too big and strong.
I think this was when he was at 154.
Do you think that Alvarez has the tools to wind up a consummate boxer puncher?
No, not at all. If you look at his attitude right now, his attitude is kill, kill, kill.
Hatton took his punishment and commendably lasted the course.
Such a dog.
He's going to make it to the end.
You know, Canelo always had a problem with movers in the ring. Sadly, it's still a thing now. Cause like I said, I'm recording this video the day after he fought William Skull. He still has a problem, a major problem with movers in the ring. It's not even like he has a problem, but his feet is just so slow. He you know, as great as he is, he doesn't know how to cut off a ring.
We just didn't realise that he was going to be that big. He's such a big guy. It's so frustrating when a fighter's hitting another fighter and he keeps walking through you.
That's definitely true.
A fantastic fighter. So strong, powerful, and I was really impressed with him. And I still say to this day, I'm still on 2 paracetamol a day now.
Canelo is already a star. He came to America a star. They brought him over here to become a superstar.
Displaying his usual humility, Sugar Shane Mosley viewed Canelo as a stepping stone back to the big time.
I know I'm going to win it. I'm going to take the title back. And
this is definitely Shane Mosley out of his prime, though.
The Mexican saw a Mosley KO as his route to Floyd.
Is that your goal in this fight, to be the first man to knock out Shane Mosley?
I'm going to go and I'm going to do my work and I'm going to look to win the fight.
I'm ready. I'm really ready.
The bout was a battle between Canelo's power and Shane's iron chin.
That's a big ass shot.
Mosley survived as a classy Canelo won by a landslide.
Yeah, man, when you sit in the pocket with Canelo,
he's pretty quick.
How far can he go?
He's definitely gonna get the advantage most of the time, especially if he's the bigger fighter.
Canelo's really good.
Only person I've really seen that can sit in the pocket with him and like match him was Triple G.
I don't fear anyone. Every fighter is a strong fighter, a dangerous fighter. Victor Ortiz is just as big as Canelo. Yeah, I'm pretty sure
it didn't really work out as much
as
well
on September 15th.
Seeking redemption after a loss to Jesse Vargas, Josecito Lopez, a modern-day Rocky, was ready to upset the odds on Mexican Independence Day.
Like I said, Alvarez is not invincible. You know, he's someone that can beat, and I gotta be at my best to beat Canelo.
You gotta be at your best,
As expected, Lopez showed incredible heart, but as Canelo upped the pace, the WBC title challenger was being busted up and hurt, suffering a 5th round stoppage.
Congratulate Canelo.
Yeah, man. Like, you can see the physical difference between Canelo back then and Canelo now.
Smart. His punching power, I mean, a lot of fighters hit hard, but he used his body strength.
But he still kind of like does the same thing in the ring against specific type of fighters.
Using his good body strength.
He won't be fighting, but you will be fighting on that date. Austin Trout just called you out in the ring. Would you take that fight?
With Canelo's reputation growing, many avoided the WBC light middleweight kingpin, though enjoying a rise of his own, slick southpaw Austin Trout was actively hunting down the champion.
Now you have won this fight. Would you like to fight Canelo?
You're absolutely right. As a matter of fact, hey, Canelo, yo quiero, tu quiero Canelo.
Hopefully I can get the
shout out to Austin Trout, man. Austin Trout,
and once the fans are behind you,
Laura,
really they can't do much else but make the fight happen.
All right, gentlemen, whenever rules over in the dressing room, I want you to obey my commands. Respect yourself all time.
Getting his wish, Trout pushed Canelo hard.
If an opponent is able to do that to a boxer and keep the boxer backing up.
Having favorable moments in a tactical affair, Austin showed strong powers of recovery and craved a rematch.
Ooh, that's that right hand.
Yes, he did it.
He was the better man. He was quicker, he was stronger. He was a better man than me. I have no excuses for tonight. He boxed a lot better than I thought. You know, he moved a lot better than I thought. Not that I was underestimating him, but we were just preparing for a totally different fighter. And he shocked us. He shocked us.
I've been sitting on the top of the throne for 17 years. You know what? You might as well call me the golden boy, because I done beat everybody on your whole crew.
Ensuring the odds were in his favor, Money May was intent on
it's crazy because
Oscar De La
Canelo had so much confidence coming into that Floyd fight. You know, and that's what a fighter's like supposed to have, you know, in boxing. Like he wanted to knock off the top guy. And he lost, but his stock rose after that, you know, and it sucks because that's the perfect example of what's supposed to be happening in boxing today. You fight the top guy, win or lose, your stock is gonna rise after that. Look at Edgar Berlanga, you know, granted he's not fighting on the grandest of stages, you know, but he's also not fighting any other top competition. After this Floyd fight, I think Canelo fought Lara after that, right? Which was one of the most dangerous fights in the division, if I'm not mistaken. So I think if you look at boxing today, it definitely is a down step from what it used to be. So.
Oh yeah, another loss by manhandling his protege.
I'm old enough to be his father. I care less what Canelo did in his camp. You know, I'm not a sparring partner. I'm Floyd Mayweather, and I can fucking fight.
17-14, Canelo got a problem.
So Alvarez telling us that he's never fought to his potential, but that's because he's never had an opponent to bring it out.
Despite falling short, Canelo showed a willingness to fight the best, and defeat taught him the lessons that have made him into the fighter we see today.
Canelo may well be the fighter of tomorrow. He is not quite yet the fighter of today.
Mexico has produced some great champions throughout the years, and Canelo is a champion. He's a true champion at heart, and a true champion like Canelo, he can take a loss and bounce back.
His heart, that Mexican heart, you know, fight to the death. But he will be champion again. He can fight.
Look, it sucks that
we're gonna keep going. We gotta go. We got our fight. We got our team. We're rocking. You know what I'm saying? No, I think it just shows the world that he don't want to fight Lara.
To the best extent that
Another who chased a Canelo fight, Cuba's Erislandy Lara was a high-risk option.
He was young back then, so that was
effective southpaw style to the party.
He was young.
Aquí frente
that was just like you at the top of the game.
Están seguros que están locos por ver la pelea mía y tuya y quisiera ver cuándo será la próxima pelea mía y tuya.
Yo creo que, no sé, hay que matarme el ring el día 12 de julio para...
Lara called him out at a press conference. Canelo accepted and struggled to a split decision victory that divided fan opinion and left the losers team incensed.
Shout out to Lara, man. He's still on top of his game today. I think he's like 40 years old. He's champion at 160, if I'm not mistaken.
You wanted to fight with aggression. You wanted to fight where both men may be bleeding. You wanted to fight where people would get battered and bruised. This is what you're gonna get.
Never one to back down, James Kirkland was 32-1 with a huge knockout percentage when he brought the fire to Canelo in Texas.
I know he's gonna move, but the point is how long can you move the way I'm coming?
Did I fight? They're gonna, oh, Kirkland, he got knocked down his last fight, but I won, baby. I'm just ready to fight Canelo.
Wake up, because more likely than not, one of these two is about to go to sleep.
Right hand by Canelo. Kirkland firing away.
Canelo fought a lot of southpaws.
Kirkland went in all guns blazing, paying a heavy price as Canelo used his stunning punch-picking abilities to find Kirkland's often available chin and punish him heavily.
Against southpaws. I mean, best, like, his style isn't the best against southpaws. It's definitely the best against other orthodox fighters. But it's a big-ass knockout. That's a big-ass knockout. I say that as James Kirkland getting his ass knocked out.
I just felt like there was.
It wasn't. He's not the best against.
That I could have been able to give when we had to fight.
The conference call that you had, that you feel that Canelo is just another fighter to you, and this is just another fight.
He definitely,
Why
his
do you feel
style
that way?
definitely
Because
is
when
telling me
fans see Canelo, they see him as a really dangerous guy.
Every fight is another fight. Every opponent is another opponent. That's all.
Evoking the spirit of great Mexico versus Puerto Rico rivalries of the past, pride and patriotism was on the line as Miguel Cotto's trainer Freddie Roach stoked up pre-fight fire.
Does he have enough experience to beat you?
We'll see on November 21st.
Does he have enough experience to beat Miguel?
No, I'm betting both my houses on that.
Are you really betting on this fight?
Of course.
Yeah. Let's go. Yeah.
Cotto boxed competently for the 12-round duration, lacking the power at this stage to cause the younger man significant distress.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. 160 Canelo was definitely the best version of him.
Good for boxing, but I thought we
definitely
had the edge at the end. But
I think that Danny Jacobs fight was just a work of art.
When I have a challenge in front of me, it makes you train harder, work harder. I promise you all, come May 7th, guys, I'm going to win this title and I'm going to become the middleweight world champion.
In a clash that came out of the blue, Amir Khan moved up in weight to test his suspect chin against a puncher of repute.
The fastest hands in boxing.
I am going into the fight as an underdog. It's a great fight for me. But a boxer versus a fighter. And we've seen in the past, boxers who have given Canelo huge problems.
Yeah, man. Amir Khan is just one of those what-ifs in boxing, bro.
Canelo took his time, working out
what if he
Khan's
had Triple G's
before dropping the axe so ferociously in round 6 that
he was
many
an amazing
feared
boxer.
for Amir's physical safety.
That knockout just gets me every time, man. Look at the lady face down here on the left. Look at the lady face. That knockout just gets me every time, man.
This is boxing. I want to go out there.
Yeah, man, like, what if Amir Khan had Triple G's? Like, he has the fastest hands in boxing. At least top 3.
Left hook, right hand, and that's a shot I've literally knocked a lot of people down with.
An amazing boxer.
And he didn't move back, and I thought,
it just sucks. He had to get birth like that, you know?
No disrespect, but I'm not a small, over-the-hill Miguel Cotto. I'm not a blown-up 147 like Amir Khan. I'm a big 154, and you know he's a hero for Mexico. But that's as far as it goes from my point of view.
4 months after Khan, Canelo dealt with another British
crazy.
opponent as he dropped back down to
He fought Liam Smith
154
and
pounds
his
to take
brother.
on Liam Smith.
4 pounds, I'd probably approach exactly the same, you know, make him
Liam
fight
Smith and
try and be a little
I forget his brother.
defensive.
That's
He's
all.
a baby or a Sanferian and they want the left side of the poster and they want, you know, the ring walk first. That's childish in my opinion. That's a sign of weakness for me.
Is Smith's best enough to make this more than just a showcase for Canelo?
Beefy later claimed the Mexican did not punch as hard as he expected, yet Canelo raked Smith's head and body regularly enough to force a 9th round stoppage.
Body shot, boy. So they do it to you.
This is why people are
Damn.
I'm an honest man. You know, he was 1-2 steps ahead of me in everything I tried to do on that night with the boxing IQ side to it. So you've got, you know, kind of world level fighters underneath, and I know I can mix it with any of them, but he was just that's his brother.
Are you gonna knock him out?
Oh,
No, you never predict that knock him out, but I can knock him out here.
Te apuesto que te quieras a que no me noqueas y que no me ganes.
This dude, bro. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. is an example of what happens in boxing when you get a legend and you have his son, and he's just spoiled, he's not motivated, he's just not in there. He shouldn't really be boxing, you know. Early in his career, he was pretty good, man. He was showing out, he was doing what he was supposed to do, but you know, people would say that he wasn't really, you know, into it. A lot of people wasn't really believing it, but he was showing out, beating his opponents. But I forget what fight it was. I think it was the Sergio. What fight was that? I can't remember. But like the first fight that he lost, or when he lost, it just started crumbling down after that, you know, and it sucks because he's the son of a legend, you know, and you know you would want him to carry on the legacy type shit. So.
A Canelo, pero pues a veces es mejor no hablar tanto.
Now he's about to fight Jake Paul.
Porque después quedas mal, ¿me entiendes?
a fight that's been brewing. Here we are inside the ring and we are underway. They don't even tap gloves. That was a right cross, man. Yes, it was. Sweat flop. Jab from Canelo.
Ooh. This is a big ass fight too.
Completely and utterly dominated Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Canelo's a great fighter. He did his job tonight. And, you know, the distance, the inactivity, it hurt me tonight.
The challenger #1 for Canelo rematch in 168.
You want to rematch with Canelo?
Of course, they want to knock out him in my weight.
But to have Canelo Alvarez winning 118, 110, that judge needs to be tested now.
With the first fight blighted by a questionable draw, Canelo and Triple G inevitably
Canelo versus
threw
Triple G
down
is
once
one of my
again
favorite
to
series to
determine
watch.
middleweight supremacy.
Except for that third fight. I don't watch the third fight.
A parent's
That third
greeting
fight should never
anywhere he
happened.
goes. I'm not afraid of him. I'm gonna knock him out.
Do you think
At least it
Canelo
shouldn't
will
have
be more
happened
aggressive in
at
the
the
rematch?
time that it did. It should have happened way
I
before.
sure hope so because
If it was gonna happen, I don't think it should have happened.
the
But
kind of fight that they expect.
if it was gonna happen, it should
This
have
is
happened
sport,
way
first
before.
of all, and second is business, you know. Show me who's number one, who's best.
Boxing slicker in the rematch, more willing to stand inside and trade, Canelo snatched the win in a series that many believe deserves a third decisive installment.
I love watching this fight, man. I think I like the first one better, but I love watching the second one too.
I feel I win, you know, just the judges not give me point, just this is not my problem. I take my job. I don't feel I'm not lost, you know, this is judges, you know. I have a new team, I have a new trainer, a new coach.
Shout out to Triple G too, man.
You okay? Yeah, he said, got some news. I said, what? He said, Canelo wants to fight you. I said, yeah, let's do it.
In his first jaunt up at super middleweight, Canelo had the chance to grab a world title and add another UK fighter to his growing list.
And the same year, no one's going to give me a chance here, but I prepared well. I believe in myself. That's what champions do. They win. and defend it wherever they need to defend it, and this is a great opportunity.
It's at my weight, super middleweight, he's stepping up. So, you know, we're studying him now, and, you know, I'm confident that I can go in there and do the business.
Rangy and heavy-handed, Rocky Fielding was carved up by Canelo's incisive combinations.
No, he doesn't. Down he goes.
As the Mexican challenger sliced and diced the first of Eddie Hearn's hopefuls.
That was a headshot. Down he goes to the body, and that should do it. It's over. That is it. Ricky Gonzalez makes the right call.
I just stood there with someone who's elite and who's strong, and he caught me, and, you know, I'll give it everything, and the better man would.
24 hours away from their historic meeting.
After winning back a world middleweight title, Brooklyn's Daniel Jacobs won the golden ticket with a crack at boxing's premier attraction.
This is the opportunity of a lifetime. I feel like I'm the best middleweight in the world, and that motherfucker right there, he gonna get it tomorrow. Watch that shit. Back that.
This is a good ass fight too.
I'm a better fighter than Canelo. I am the best. I'm at my physical peak. When you're throwing almost 100 punches around, you can never lose a fight. We're prepared to do so.
I rarely see Sergio put hook to the head and right hand from Canelo.
Canelo's class shone through, and even though Jacobs competed hard throughout,
he was
unable
see
to
Canelo
put his
doing
foot
this
down
now.
at the critical moments
I get
to
age
avoid
is
the
definitely a
unanimous
factor,
points
but
defeat.
Very close. Canelo chasing Jacobs now, has him on the run.
especially from that Williams Skull fight last night.
It doesn't get any higher than this, and I'm just grateful to have this opportunity to please all the fans that tuned in and everyone that showed up tonight. Early on, it was really hard to get the rhythm of Canelo, and I felt once I got the rhythm,
Yeah, I think
I started to push him back, and
I think that fight, it was semi-competitive, but Canelo definitely started to pick the pace up, and Daddy Jacobs couldn't land half of his shots. Canelo was moving so good, which is shocking me because you don't see that from Canelo nowadays. But that fight was definitely a good ass fight.
Didn't become a really, really competitive fight.
WBO light heavyweight world champion from Russia, Sergey Crusher Kovalev.
Despite Sergey Kovalev displaying clear
75.
signs of wear
This
and
is
tear,
what I think.
Canelo's decision to move up to 175 pounds appeared at first to be a step too far.
My manager said to me like, hey, yes,
I don't think he should have moved
Canelo
up.
interested in fight with you, like, really? Oh, like, you kidding me? No, really. Okay, if it's real, put the contract on the table and sign it and go. I will bring protection to the fight.
Your trunks are gonna come out to your nipples?
Yeah, like a pillow, you know.
Remaining patient and composed, ducking and dodging Kovalev's tentative jab, Canelo added another world title to his ledger with a crushing right-hand finish.
Canelo is a master at figuring out range too.
Just as I was saying that the fight had never really caught fire.
I see that no matter how good, how long his opponent's arms are,
It's okay.
like he would, when he would dodge, he knows how and which way to go.
I'll be back to my
in terms of range.
This fight has come at a great time for Callum Smith.
Wanted for a while now, since becoming world champion. I wanted the biggest fight possible, and the biggest fight possible for me at the moment is Canelo Alvarez.
It will take his greatest performance of his career to dethrone the legend of Canelo Alvarez.
Most recently, Canelo was faced with Eddie Hearn's latest attempt to derail the Mexican's hype train, Liverpool's Callum Smith, a tall and undefeated champion.
6'3". I'm a lot bigger than him. I can punch, and it's just style-wise I'm not ideal to fight, but I'm not taking it away from Canelo Alvarez. He's a special fighter.
That was a nice shot. Canelo comes back and he's rolling much.
Yeah, this was a Canelo massacre.
Canelo dictated the distance and tempo from the start, grinding away in the pocket to a points win. Beleaguered Smith was grateful to hear the final bell.
He placed the uppercuts, man.
Canelo Alvarez with the look of a 3-division world champion.
His power wasn't
massive, decent puncher, but nothing I probably expected bigger.
You can't say that
his presence.
when your face is looking.
You know, keep you thinking of what's coming next, and before you know it, he's closed the gap down without throwing a punch, and he was just a clever fighter.
So I mean, to make
so
sure
hard
that
to clean.
mentally, physically, everything's focused, I'm on it. But that is the goal of Canelo Alvarez.
Providing Canelo takes care of business on February 27th in his usual professional manner, the most verbal opponent of his career will be waiting in the wings.
But Canelo Alvarez is the one I want next, and I'll put that performance right 100%.
As unbeaten Billy Joe Saunders prepares for the fight of his life.
I have to deliver a monster fight for Billy Joe. That's when you're going to see the very best of Billy Joe Saunders in the big fights.
Yeah, man. Canelo definitely is one of the best of all time. There's no denying that. But he does have his flaws. You know, what fighter does it? But I feel like for Canelo to be at the top of the game that he is, and the small flaws that he has, he just really shouldn't have it, to be honest with you. Like cutting the ring off, or not getting tired in the later rounds. You know, it's easier said than done, but especially with the quality and competition that he fights. But I definitely think as good as Canelo Alvarez is, he definitely shouldn't really have them type of flaws, to be honest with you.